Welcome all to PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. I am your host, Britt Purdy, joined by my racing expert, Heather Vitale, and this week we are coming to you from the stunning Diamond Creek Farms.
Thank you, Britt. You know, it is Father's Day weekend, but Marilyn Monroe always said that diamonds are a girl's best friend. So I'm thinking that no matter what gender you are, there's going to be something in the next half hour that you're going to love.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at what we'll see in the next half hour. This week on PA Harness Week, we finally have some great news on the opening of racing here in the Keystone State. We've got all the details. Plus, we take another farm tour where you'll see some famous horses who are now great stallions. We also bring back some top performances from the racetrack in 2019 from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono and Harrah's Philadelphia. These stories and much more on PA Harness Week.
This is the announcement we have all been waiting for. We are back racing again. So let's go over the live racing details. We're going to start with the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Their opening night is Saturday, June 20th with a post time of 12:30 p.m. Now the racing days are Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday, post time 12:30 p.m. Sunday, the post time is 7 p.m. Now for Harrah's Philadelphia, their opening day is Sunday, June 21st. The post time is 12:40 p.m. And again, let's go over the racing days, and it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, post time 12:25 p.m. and then Sunday, the post time is 12:40 p.m. Now remember, right now fans are not permitted to go to the track, but we'll keep you updated on the show when that will happen and everybody can come cheer on their favorite horses and drivers. Also, we want to encourage all the horsemen and women out there who are watching today to put your horses in the box. Enter your horses on the United States Trotting Association's online entries so that we can promote social distancing. So we really would encourage that. This week, we are bringing you the show from Adam Bowden's Diamond Creek Farm. This place is an absolute gem, pun intended. To learn more about this state-of-the-art facility, we chatted with Caroline Vasquez, who is the Director of Syndications and Client Public Relations. First of all, tell me the story about Diamond Creek Farm and how it started.
Okay, well, Diamond Creek Farm started in about 2006. The story I think everyone has probably heard famously. Adam went to the, I think the Harrisburg sale or Lexington sale, Harrisburg sale, and he bought 20 brood mares, and he had hoped to buy one or two, ends up bringing a whole trailer full, shows up in Kentucky. He has a farm. He has, I think, one other employee, and then it's just grown from there. So then we ended up buying this Pennsylvania farm in 2012. We currently still have a farm in Kentucky as well. And we've grown now. We probably have close to 100 mares, and I believe we have 7, 8, 9 stallions now across different states. So it's grown considerably since then.
So here in Pennsylvania and all of those other states, you guys have really become like a force to be reckoned with in breeding. What's the secret to the success?
I think part of the secret to our success is being willing to change and adapt and take ideas from different places. We look a lot at thoroughbreds. We look at advertising. I mean, we were looking at advertising ideas, even things that Disney parks have suggested, stuff like that to create an experience for people. And I think that's part of it, is that we've been able to create this experience so when people come to us for breeding, they know they're going to get, you know, a whole package. And I think the other thing we really try very carefully is we try to cater to everyone. It's very hard in this industry, especially if you're first starting out, you know, figuring out all the rules and how do you register your foal and who do you breed to. And so I think something we've done particularly well is whether you have one horse and, you know, you're in the backyard doing it yourself, or you have 50 horses boarded at different farms, we try to help you in every way we can, whether that's helping you figure out how to get your horse insured, or helping you figure out how to stake your horse, or helping figure out how to register your horse. And I think people have really enjoyed that experience, and that's something we really strive for, to be here. A cut above is what we always say. So.
You know, you mentioned the advertising. I have to say, one type of advertising that is free is social media, and you nail it.
Yeah,
Just talk about that just a little bit, because each horse has a page, right?
Yeah, so every single stallion has their own Twitter account, and I do run the Twitter accounts for them. We can't find keyboards big enough for all of them to type on, so they let me know what they want to say, and I tweet it out. But it's been really great. It's an easy way to keep track of each winners of each particular horse in like an organized fashion. So you can easily go on, you know, Father Patrick, who's behind us, you can go on his page and see all the activities that have happened with him, you know, foals that he's had, yearling stuff, and it's been a good way to keep track. And then on our Facebook page, like, we try to do a lot. I think, like, going along the lines of helping clients is also, we think it's important to educate, because there's a lot of misconceptions about racing and breeding. And I think what part of our goal also is to educate the public. We had a foal cam this year that we did with PHHA or PHRA, and it's been a good way for us to do videos and like talk to the public and show them things that they probably didn't know about breeding or racing to begin with, and kind of ease some of the questions that they had about it. So it's been fun.
Just one last thing. You mentioned Adam, of course, Adam Bowden, who is the owner of Diamond Creek. Now, what's it like working here? Because you're a horse lover at heart. This is like a dream job.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've been here almost 10 years now, which is crazy. I started as an intern in Kentucky, foaling out mares. And then, you know, I was lucky I came on when I did, because our farm grew so rapidly in the time I was there, so it created a new position for me in the office. But the fact that I get to, like, part of my job is coming here and taking pictures of horses and petting foals, like, I can count that as a work day. I mean, it's great. Like, you can't wish for a better day. And especially this time of year when it's nice out and you can go outside and see how pretty everything is. It's really exciting to be here, especially as a horse lover. I feel very lucky, so.
A big thank you to Caroline for bringing this top-notch facility to life for all of our viewers. And we've got plenty more of this place to show you later on in the show as we discuss the standardbred breeding industry. We'll also take a look at some of the residents here who I'm sure many of you will remember from their glory days on the track. It is now time to take our first break, but when we come back, it's time to hit the track with some exciting racing from the downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono and Harris, Philadelphia. And trainer Casey Coleman shows us the proper technique to bathe a horse, so don't touch that remote.
Every day they all get bathed off. First she does them in warm water, rinses his whole entire body, gets all the mud off and sweat.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
History. It's written by winners. At Diamond Creek Farm, we're breeding champions and rewriting the history books. Diamond Creek Farm, a cut above.
Welcome back. You are watching PA Harness Week. It is time now for our race of the week from the downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. For this week's Race of the Week, we'll take it back to July of 2019 for a group of talented trotters, and the team that's visiting Victory Lane is especially fitting for Father's Day weekend. We'll send it up to Jim Baviglia for the call.
They move to the backstretch. Winning Shadow leading by a length. Matt Kelly not asking for much at the moment. Has Sirocco Rob right in behind him. And now with an opening, a first over move from Very, Very Fast. And quickly behind that cover comes Say You Do. He's 3 back, second over behind the live cover. And it's a gap to Prairie Fortune, 5th, going past Sir John F. Winning Shadow now locked up with Very, Very Fast as they hit the 3/4 pole in 1:23 and 4, 28 and 2, third panel. Very, Very Fast outside. Winning Winning Shadow not giving in yet on the inside. Say You Do is in striking position, a length back, second over and moving out wide. Prairie Fortune coming on. Sirocco Rob still in the pocket. Anybody's race at the top of the stretch. Slight lead, very, very fast. Sirocco Rob with an opening on the inside. Say You Do coming on the outside. They're 3 across now. Very, very fast. Late kick, Say You Do. Say You Do is up in time.
There were 3 right there at the wire, but it is Say You Do winning by a nose in 1:52.2. Now in the driver's seat is Tyler Buter, and going along with our Father's Day theme, the trainer is Todd Buter, who of course is Tyler's dear old dad. Now it goes without saying that it's awesome to get to the winner's circle, right? But isn't it even better when you can share it with Pops?
And now we'll head down to Harris, Philadelphia for our race of the week, this one from August 2019. And this time we've got more trotters going behind the gate in this Pennsylvania Sire Stakes event for 2-year-olds. This time it is Mike Bozich on the call.
They make their way towards the half, and on top with the lead, it's Amigo Volo up by a length. Right there, second, EL Ideal. Still in third, biting time is S-Class. Length and a half back to I Have a Dream fourth. In fifth at the cones, Benny the Bee, 57-1 at 29-4 ratings. They start their journey up the back stretch, up on the outside. Gangster Hanover's advancing now uncovered, and trying to pick up that cover, and moving up to the outside is Long Shot Daunting. 3/8 to go. Amigo Volo on the inside, up on the outside. Here comes S-Class driving up now, making his move, and they're on even terms. Right there, Gangster Hanover's right back into the ball game after the early break with cover. Inside, EL Ideal is fourth, and saving ground, 3/4, 126. Amigo Volo is finding more. Amigo Volo leads it by a length. Inside, EL Ideal back for second. S-Class on the outside is third. Shifted into ground-saving mode was Gangster Hanover. 2 lengths back to I Have a Dream fifth. They straighten away for the stretch drive. Amigo Volo, EL Ideal have every opportunity. 3 back, third. Gangster Hanover, it's Amigo Volo, EL Ideal on the outside, but Amigo Volo is standing his ground. Amigo Volo wins by 1. EL Ideal 1 second.
Amigo Volo goes from wire to wire with David Miller in the sulky and trainer Nifty Norman. Now this 1:54.4 winning mile is a world record for 2-year-old trotting geldings on a 5/8 mile track. And we also want to mention that this son of Father Patrick went on to win the Breeders' Crown and $600,000 in his first year of racing. So we're really looking forward to seeing him as a sophomore in 2020. Casey Coleman is a household name in harness racing. Not only has she won countless classic races, but she's also been voted Canada's Trainer of the Year 5 times. So she knows a little something about caring for horses, and she's going to teach us a little something about bathing them in this educational feature from the United States Trotting Association.
This horse just finished training a mile in 2:24 this morning, and his name's Kissin' Well, a well-fed colt. Nadine's bathing him off right now. Every day they all get bathed off. First she does them in warm water, rinses his whole entire body, gets all the mud off and sweat. And then she's going to start sponging them down here with some shampoos. And then she'll have to rinse him again to obviously get all the soap off of them. When she's done that, we use what's called a scraper, and we scrape all the water off of him, and then she'll towel him down to help dry him off even a little more, just like a human. Yeah, get in the shower, rinse yourself, use some shampoo, soap yourself, rinse it again, and then you towel off. So I make all my grooms, I want every single horse, their foot lifted up and sprayed underneath, because obviously when they have a shoe on and a hoof, you can't get the mud when they're just standing flat on the ground. You won't get that mud, and that will cause abscesses, quarter cracks, bad things with their feet. So we pick all 4 feet up, spray out all the mud and dirt after they train also every day. You don't want to get the water in their ears, so usually we'll slow the water pressure down when you're doing their heads, and you definitely don't want to get it in their ear. If you get it in their ear, which does happen time to time, it hurts. They don't like it, so we try our best not to get the water into their ears. Right now she's just totally soaping them, rinsing them down, making sure that she gets gets all the sweat marks and, let's say, any kind of mud or fungus, where it's a nice day obviously today, so he's not too muddy, which makes it easier. Days when it rains and it's muddy, like these horses come in and you don't even know what color they are. Like it's pretty messy when it rains, so let's say we're very grateful when it's good weather and they're not out there and that stuff. She's now strafing him, and let's say his bath is finished, he's totally clean, and she's just getting all that excess water off of him right now. Now this is his cooler. I call these terry cloth coolers, and it's basically like a towel. It's like a large towel made into a blanket form, and it just really helps them cool out properly. So he's all done his bath now, and she's going to take him back over to his house, and he'll have some water and hay and cool out. And he's all done until we put him away later this afternoon. He'll have probably about 2 hours that he can just relax, eat hay, drink water, and then he'll come out and get put away later on this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Casey. I can't say I've ever bathed the horse, but at least now I would know how to. Well, it is time now to take our second break, but on the flip side, we've got a blast from the past involving Pure Country, a top brood mare here at Diamond Creek Farm, winning a Breeders' Crown race. And Heather will try to stump all of our racing buffs with her weekly trivia question. That and more still ahead on racing's fastest paced half hour.
Pennsylvania is sort of the pinnacle of standardbred breeding. The best stallions stand in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania has what I consider to be the premier racing and breeding program in North America. Pennsylvania breds are worth a lot of money compared to other states because of the races they can be in.
Many farms have moved into the state because of our program here.
This is the creme de la creme, where the top horses are being bred and being raised.
In the world of standardbred racing, only one name is synonymous with this kind of success, this kind of history, this kind of greatness, this kind of legacy, and this kind of unparalleled promise for tomorrow. Proud of our past, excited about our future. You know the name, that one name. Hanover, the greatest name in harness racing.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, coming to you from the Diamond Creek Farms. Now, earlier we promised you an inside look at this place, and we are women of our word, Heather.
Oh, absolutely. Not only is this place like totally gorgeous with superstar stallions galore, but the people here are so knowledgeable. And Britt got a chance to chat with Dr. Courtney Pink, who is the resident veterinarian and also the Pennsylvania farm manager.
It sounds like breeding is really such an intricate process that a lot of people probably don't realize.
Sure.
Talk about how important breeding is to the harness racing industry.
Yeah, so breeding is so important to harness racing, because in order to have racehorses, you have to breed successful mares and stallions so that you can have a future generation of racehorses. So breeding is insurmountable. I mean, without having foals every year and new race crops, you're not going to have the next generation of racehorses, and you're not going to have the next great racehorse that turns into great sire. You know, this year's been a little interesting with COVID involved, but for us, we really haven't slowed down. It hasn't really affected us much at all. We have to keep coming to work every day. We have to keep collecting the stallions and breeding the mares and such. So, you know, we need just to keep the ball rolling with that.
And you guys have some big names here that I'm sure a lot of harness racing fans will know their names. Talk about some of them.
Yeah, so we have a great stallion lineup here that stand in Pennsylvania. Right now, probably our most famous, if you will, is Father Patrick, trotter. He's doing great. You know, his oldest crop is 4. Out of his first crop, you know, he sired Green Shoe, who's now standing at stud. I mean, that's fantastic to have your first crop at stud, you know, you siring a sire now. So he's done fantastic. We're super proud of him. We're really excited for him. Other stallions that we have here that are great, Sweet Lou, the Great White Blaze. He has had some tremendous racehorses out of his progeny. Warwi U-Butte's fantastic, won the Breeders' Crown twice. Dancing Lou won the Breeders' Crown last year. He's come back this year. with a great bang. He's done fantastic on the pacing side of things. We're super happy with him. Always Be Mickey. You know, his first crops hitting the tracks this year were ecstatic. And granted, we know that they're just starting racing and the baby races are happening, but he's had a bunch of winners and it's such a great start, and we're thrilled that he has, you know, come out of the breeding shed with a couple of really promising 2-year-olds at this point, and we're just ecstatic to see what the future holds for him. Captain Crunch is his first year here, so you know we're still very early, but he's got a great book of mares. He booked full this year. He booked early. You know, we're really excited for him in the future, what, you know, goes on.
For this week's Blast from the Past, we're going to take you up over the border. We'll head up to Mohawk, Canada for the 2015 Breeders' Crown. This one's featuring one of the greatest mares in the history of our sport.
And on the lead now as they move into the backstretch, Long Shot Mayhem Sealster. Back in second, Call Me Queen Bee. Up and driving third comes the big favorite, Pure Country, as Miller is on the attack right now with her. Back into fourth as they move across the backstretch, we go to find Lions River Pride. Inside from in fifth and doubled up is Blue Moon Stride. Sixth outside, driving up comes Yankee Moonshine on a rated first over gain here for Gingras. He waits on some cover, and boy did he get it. Lions River Pride is on the move like a shot out of fourth. So great cover for Yankee Moonshine. Half and 55 and 1. Picking up cover times 2 is She's a Real Deal. Then from the backfield is Soft Idea. Blue Moon Stride is locked up tight. Skinny Dipper's ninth on the outside. A break on the final turn there for Darlin on the Beach as she's last. Ahead up in front is Lions River Pride. Pure Country on the inside comes right back though. Inside trip in third belongs to Mayhem Sealster. Tipped out off cover comes Yankee Moonshine to 3/4 in 1:23 and 4. Top of the stretch. The undefeated Pure Country puts it all on the line now. Mayhem Sealster back in second. Outside in third is Lions River Pride, and rolling up late comes Yankee Moonshine fourth, coming up to 7/8, and it's Pure Country opening up by 3 lengths now. Back in second, Mayhem Sealster. Late speed from She's a Real Deal. Yankee Moonshine is back in fourth, and deep stretch leader Pure Country will get it home to win the Breeders' Crown. She is a perfect 10.
Pure Country wins the 2015 Breeders' Crown in 151 and 4, and that was when she was just a 2-year-old. Now it is worth mentioning that she went on to win the Dan Patch Award, the only female pacer in history, I might say. The Dan Patch Award as a 2-year-old, as a 3-year-old, and as a 4-year-old, basically saying she was the best in her division for those years. Now, she retired at the end of 2018 with $2.4 million in earnings. So what is she doing now? Yes, inquiring minds want to know. We caught up with Dr. Pink again to find out what Pure Country is up to.
Okay, Dr. Pink, so we just saw Pure Country in action. Tell us what the pacing princess has been up to.
Okay, so, you know, she retired from racing, and we bred her last year to Sweet Lou, and this year, about the end of March, she had her first foal. She has a Sweet Lou filly on her side, which we are super ecstatic for. It took her a little bit to adjust to motherhood, you know, and I think that's pretty typical of these really great, tough race mares that are on the track. They don't really know how to adjust to motherhood greatly. It's sort of an interesting process. She wasn't quite sure what she was supposed to do and stuff, but she's now been raising her filly. She's out in a field of other mares and foals, just being a brood mare. She's figured out the mothering thing now, so which is great. They get along real well.
Well, Heather can usually stump me with her trivia questions, but let's see what all of you know. Heather, you told me that this is a Father's Day themed question.
It is. Okay, so in harness racing, who is known as the daddy of them all? Now, I am talking about horses, not people, okay? I just want to clarify that, all right? Who is known as the daddy of them all in harness racing?
It's a bonus if they know who the daddy of them all in people is, I guess.
Yeah, extra points for that.
It's time for a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have the answer to Heather's trivia question, and we'll show you what's trending. We'll be right back.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer, and you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this day, not in this race, not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Welcome back to Diamond Creek Farms. Before our last break, Heather wanted to know something about daddies.
That's right. Who's your daddy?
That's right.
No, that was not the question. The question was, in harness racing, who is known as the daddy of them all? And the answer is Hambletonian. Why is that? Because just about every trotter and pacer in harness racing that's actually competing today can trace their roots back to Hambletonian. So now, during your Father's Day dinner this weekend, you can impress all your family and friends with that little bit of trivia.
It is time now to talk about what's trending, and thankfully, as Heather mentioned earlier, racing is trending. We are back in business, baby.
Yes, we are. The first thing I want to mention to everybody is that the Pennsylvania Harness Horsemen's Association website has so much information on there to check it out. So the web address is phha.org. A lot of great information for horsemen and women and for fans. So go to that website. A lot of information about protocols too, social distancing in the paddock and wearing masks. And I just want everybody to be aware that I appreciate the person that took this picture of this horse wearing a mask. They went the extra mile, but you do not have to put a mask on your horse. Only the two-legged participants, okay? Not only that, I have everybody's attention. I think we should go over the racing schedule one more time. All right. The Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Their opening night is Saturday, June 20th, with a post time of 12:30. Now the live racing schedule at Pocono is Saturday, Monday, Tuesday with a post time of 12:30 p.m. Of course, that Sunday post time is 7 p.m. Then at Harrah's, Philadelphia, the opening day is Sunday, June 21st with a post time of 12:40. The live racing schedule is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, post time of 12:25. And then Sunday's post time is 12:40. I am so excited that I will be talking about that every single week now.
Certainly a ton of information, a ton of what's trending coming up on the racetrack. And if you missed any of that, you can always rewatch our episode as well as all of our previous ones on our YouTube channel. You can also shout us out, say hi, drop a comment on our Facebook page at Harness Week, find us on Twitter at PA Harness Week. And that certainly was a fast-paced half hour, but Week 4, another one in the books, Heather.
I know, I'm so excited. We have so many more weeks left, I think like 9 more. So everybody stick with us. It's going to be a great season. So much more coming up.
Yes, and we will see you next week back on PA Harness Week.